All right. Hello, crypto fam, and welcome back to the Crypto Moses channel. In today's video, we're going to go over XRP. We're going to look at some points and perspectives of the entire last couple of days and what's kind of happened within the market. But most importantly, there is some news coming out showing us the potential of what XRP is about to do. And you guys know I'm a huge XRP fanatic. I have been for years. I would love to keep growing just my XRP bags as the market continues to kind of teeter as it has been right now. But the most important thing to think about is that the market sentiment is always shifting. And there's going to be news coming out that can change the entire idea of what XRP is doing. So let's first take a look at this article I got. It is beautifully broken down, explaining why XRP has the capability to get that 70% rally. And here's the thing, you guys. There is now going to be a CFTC regulated futures launch on Coinbase, which is huge. It's one of the biggest regulated exchanges in the US for crypto. So here's what we do now, right? What we know off the bat. XRP has hit about 340 for its high, and this was about 3 months ago. We all know that. But right now we're hovering at around $2.12. And what we can see here before we even go down the article is in the 1 hour to even 4 hour time frame, we have been creating this descending triangle here, which is really good because you guys, this little red area is where XRP has continued to find support. And when you're trading crypto, what you're going to want to look for are these support points that you can really benefit from. And you got to be smart and give yourself enough wiggle room. I mean, look, 15% is a lot, even 20% if you had just used this line for your purchasing decision. But the smart thing to do here is to use a little bit lower leverage. For example, BTCC has finally launched their Perpetual Futures Pro program, which now allows us to use isolated leverage. I'm not a big fan of isolated leverage. I actually like to use cross leverage. It makes it a little bit easier for me to trade, but isolated makes it a little bit easier because then you know exactly what you're risking on that position. The catch with that, though, is you want to be cautious on your leverage. And I love that BTCC thought about us end users and actually lowered the leverage a bit to give you a little bit more capability to not get stomped out consistently. So that's really why I like this exchange. The link is below for you guys if you want to sign up. They're giving a $10,000 deposit bonus right now. So just use that to your advantage 100%. You don't want to miss this opportunity. But as we're looking at XRP in itself, okay, here's what we know. They've got the exact same support line as we can see here created from the chart, just like we've got it here, right? So it's kind of cool to see that other traders can eye the same exact situation and same time. And here, this is where I have our triangle descending line. And this is pretty much the same thing as you can see here. Now, the thing that got me so damn excited about this, and you guys, this is huge news that could benefit all of us. Currently, Coinbase has posted on their Twitter here, it's looking like, that they're going to announce that Coinbase Derivatives has finally filed with the CFTC to self-certify XRP futures. And that's going to bring a regulated, capital-efficient way to gain exposure to one of the most liquid crypto assets that we've got. Because in my mind, it's pretty much XRP, Ethereum, and BTC. Yes, we've got a lot of other opportunities here, of course, SHIB, all those. But in this example, it is one of the most liquid, and it holds a very, very big market cap. Now, if they're going to chart it using the Wyckoff reaccumulation, and this is basically just the breakdown of the market, you guys. If you don't know what that is, watch a couple of other previous videos. But basically, the Wyckoff reaccumulation pattern is right now in mid-cycle, right? And they can see it here breaking it down. If you literally look, they're giving us the ups. Then we've got the support here. We've got the first phase, or I guess they call it phase B. And then now we're going down to create a little descending, what would I call this? A descending channel. And then we've gotten a lot more support. We've gotten another test here. And then now we're waiting to see if it's going to break through. In my opinion, as long as we break through this part of the line, we will have the capability to reach back up to $2.80, maybe even $2.92. And it's not going to be a move up, right? A lot of us traders just believe it's going to be like that. That's not how it works. It's going to have to be a slow move up of accumulation, and we start seeing a lot more retail enter. And that's what we're really looking for. And also, if we're using the charts and we're going to use the Elliott wave, I love this thing because it really, really draws it out and its best perspective it can, specifically even on like these lower time frames. And what it's basically showing us here is that we've done the one wave. Now we're at the two. We've broken the third wave. Now we're at the 4. Sorry about that. And now it's looking to find its 5th wave up. And with these numbers here, you guys, those are the Fibonacci numbers. Those literally work in trading consistently. It's not always perfect, but they get so damn close that you can use them as your target points for entries and exits. Very, very, very smart way to trade, specifically if you're going to use it as one of your edges. And once we see the whole Wyckoff method breakthrough here, we're literally looking at, like, on their chart, they've got it breaking all the way to the top here above $3.50. And I do see that as a huge possibility. Again, XRP is the one crypto that is basically breaking barriers with standard financial assets and the crypto world, right? It brings them both together, which is a negative and a positive. But in this example, and what's going to happen with crypto and how big crypto has become, if we can get more things like this regulated and more XRP futures being traded on regulated exchanges like this, it is going to bring a lot more eyes, visibility, and more importantly, volume to the XRP chain. And now we know that XRP is also, people are creating tokens on the chain. So as long as we see that continuously grow, we're going to get a lot more liquidity into XRP. And that should easily eye us up to the $3, maybe even $3.50. So if we want to talk about the $3.50 capability, what it's basically saying, okay, so we break it down with the new Elliott wave here. We had the 5th wave to the top, which is what got us to $3 and roughly 40 cents. And then from there, we're breaking it down for the A, the B, and then the C. And now it's looking to create new waves. And if that is the case and the Wyckoff method works, this would be the first, the second wave. We're probably looking at the 3rd, right? And then we'd maybe get to a 4th here. And then we'd be looking at a 5th. And hopefully that 5th breaks through this previous high. If we were to break through this previous high, XRP has the huge capability to get to $3.50 and even above that, right? Specifically, if you get like a truncated or a big 5th wave, that would extremely help. And now if we look at it in the week time frame, we just need to break this high again and this high. If we can break both of those, XRP has the capability to keep running. And heck, we might even get to $4.20 and so forth, right? And it's just one of those waiting games because we need to see if the market has enough liquidity to take us where we want it to be. It just takes a little bit, it's not going to be overnight. And you need to understand that when you're in the crypto world, it is not same day movement. Even though this is the only market that has that potential, it is not always going to be an extreme big leg up right away. You just need to be a little bit patient. And remember, we've had a lot of regulation happening that's kind of impacting the market, right? Ever since Trump launched his token and a lot of liquidity has left meme coins, I actually do think that there's going to be a lot of entering liquidity into the main cryptos. And XRP is poised to benefit tremendously from something like this. So this is your opportunity to stack up, right? Lock in and focus on these cryptos because you don't know where this industry is going to go, but it has the biggest potential to go up. And after all these tariffs that are coming out, we are limited and restricted right now because liquidity is not in the market. You just have to be a little bit patient. But here's the crazy part, right? And I just want to bring this up to BTC. So we're going to go back. We're going to go to the BTC chart. And as we can see here, BTC already broke that channel. We talked about it in the previous video. And once it's broken this little downtrend channel here, its possibilities are endless and its capability to get to a higher number. Look, if we have the Elliott wave on here as well, give it a little sec to load up. It's giving us the same C wave. So this could be the same exact strategy, right? We've got the 1 wave up, we've got the 2 down, and now we're looking for a 3 to kind of solidify and base itself. And remember, it's going to take a little bit, but if we think about it, right? If we think about it, and we're going to use Elliott waves, not Elliott waves, I'm sorry, the fib retracement. If this was the top and this is the bottom, we're literally looking at the 0.618 here. And this 0.618 is going to be a position to where that 3rd wave should end up, right? It should be ending up anywhere here. And then we should be heading probably down about here and then shooting up for a 5th wave to see if we can break through that previous high. Again, the goal is just to break through some of these highs. And as we get more institutional money entering the market, we have the capability. So you just need to be patient, keep watching, and use exchange links that you're going to trade on that are safe and secure, which is why, again, I've got the BTCC link below, so make sure you guys check that out. The $10,000 free bonus is just free money, so use it to your advantage as much as you can. And remember, when you're trading, be cautious and use leverage logically to your advantage as a tool, not necessarily as a way to lose money, right? So just be slow with your trading at first. get a little bit more comfortable, and then you've got the capability to 10, 20x your account. It just takes a little bit of time. I do hope today's video helped you guys with XRP and kind of what we're looking at for the future here. If you did like it, click that subscribe button, share this video with another crypto nerd that needs to learn just like us, and I'll see you guys on the next video.